Was yesterday the bottom?
Well, we're going to find out. It definitely was the bottom for this little bit of the cycle. And we had such an oversold position. If you think about what happened last week, at one point we were down about 16% from the peak. And the peak was just February 19th. Hard to believe it was just a few days ago. And it came down with such ferocity that we really had a level that was undeniably oversold.
So Kari, we're just showing viewers right now and listeners on Sirius XM channel 112, what we're showing right now is just how massive the Dow's big swings were. Down over 1,000, down nearly 900, down 100, down nearly 1,200, down nearly 400, then up almost 1,300. I mean, is this indicative of a market that is healthy at this stage?
So we have to separate a couple of things. One is that there was a lot of program trading. I believe that at the end of a few of those days when there was a collapse and you just watched the screen and it was just cycling down at this tremendous pace, that was because of program trades that were put on. And it's also possible that yesterday, the second half of the day, we had also an enormous rush from big black boxes that put in buy orders. Does this mean that we can sustain this? It looks like we're going to sustain it today. If the market was selling at a level on February 19th that was a bit overbought, naturally, I think there was reason to expect it to come down, coronavirus or not. I mean, there was a lot of optimism in the market. At the end of Friday, huge pessimism. So sentiment over the weekend swung a little bit, and we had to see some recovery.
What I'm curious about is, I mean, there's no doubt we're in let's call it roughly a decade-long run for the stock market at this point now. It's been such a long time, probably since the fourth quarter of 2018, where you saw any kind of real downside volatility in the markets. What was it exactly you think that drove all of those massive losses that we saw earlier on this past week and a half or so?
So there were a few things, a bit of a perfect storm. We had, for a few weeks, the market ignore the signs of coronavirus. The market kept going higher. People say, well, gosh, doesn't the market worry about Bernie Sanders gaining power? Doesn't the market worry about weakness in China, which is 16% of global GDP? Why isn't the market worried about that? Why isn't the market worried about the coronavirus? Market didn't worry, kept going higher. And then all of a sudden, it woke up and said, oh, gosh, there are going to be cases in the United States. This is going to affect things.